Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love the attention.
Everyone loves to read about your life.
What's up, Dushui?
My mom warned me about friends like you.
A bit overwhelming.
Hey, I'm here for the ride. Come on. What's good?
Hey, good to see your face again.
In the booth. Hey, it's good to see you clothed. I thought you were going to rock up naked.
Yeah, it's fight week this week.
It is fight week, bro.
So, I'm very sweaty like usual. And I came straight from training, which means my training shirt was rinsed in sweat. And so I had nothing to wear, so I just chucked on this puffer jacket in the back seat.
A whole lot of us just wanted you to just come in naked, bro. It's okay. It's fine.
Hey, you guys are only human, right?
And look, listen, we've got some amazing guests in, but before we get into anything else, just remind you guys we are recording on Gadigal land, and yeah, man, we've got one hell of an episode for you guys today, man. Can't wait. We've got Tahnee and Ollie from MAFS, and listen, they actually found love, and hopefully I can actually get some tips from them.
Yeah, man, because you're really on struggle street at the moment.
Hey, man, you ain't gotta say it like that. Anyway, I appreciate you throwing shade. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
Let's get into it.
Hey, listen. It actually is Tahnee's birthday today, man. Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
Happy
And
birthday,
before
Tahnee!
give him some energy. And Ollie's like, well, okay, I'm here too.
Happy birthday, Tahnee!
Guys, how old are you
Come on,
turning, Tahnee?
everybody.
I'm turning 28.
Oh my God.
You turned 28. You are 28
Yeah,
right
I'm 28 now. actually.
And so what did Ollie get you?
What did I get you?
Got me
Besides
a nice
birthday sex?
Thai massage.
Time massage by Ollie.
That's what girls get the guys usually.
So I'm scattering the gifts out today. So we woke up with something. Something's going to be there when you come back.
Okay.
And then tonight we're doing a little something as well.
Which you won't tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we allowed to know what's going on tonight?
Oh, I mean, you guys can, but Tanee's in the room, so probably not. Like, it's surprise.
Okay, no. We thought maybe you were just going to give us a little teaser and then she was going to get the main meal.
Look, no, it's to do with what Tahnee loves to do. So
Oh my God.
you can take from that what you will.
Right, I'm writing my notes right now. Thoughtful is the first thing. Be thoughtful. Right. Hey, man, you guys look beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You guys look better than you did on screen. You still look good, but it's a compliment I like to pull out. You guys look amazing.
Everybody said that to me.
Yeah, I like everybody. It's like
you look better in person. I'm like, wait, is that a good thing or bad thing?
It makes you think.
Yeah.
It's funny, right?
Yeah, it is weird. Hey, when people say that, I'm like,
Yeah.
did I look that bad?
I don't know. Did you guys watch it? Like, so Elle, when you first watched the reunion, I guess when you watched the first episode of Love Island, you see angles of yourself that you'd never seen before. Right. So you only see yourself really 2D, I guess.
Yeah.
But then you've got the back of your head from
boy.
there, and you're like, I didn't know my head was that deep.
You gained like double,
I didn't know my nose was so bird-like, and I didn't know the mullet is way
It was
too
a
dense
lot.
at the back.
Yeah, you can see where your barber went wrong.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
And I said, keep it coming, do the same thing again. So, yeah.
No, man, I love that, man. But like overly though, like you guys enjoyed the experience?
Yeah. I think we were really, really lucky that they paired us up for it to be a positive experience.
Wow.
And that's not to say that they don't do that for everyone, but we we were really lucky. I think very early on we were like, I really like you, and we just kind of ran with it.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
And when was it, do you think, when you first realised you actually like each other?
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like I think I was getting good vibes from the wedding day, and then Fiji was just a real good moment to get to know each other and like just see how fun we were, do all the activities and stuff, even though it was cringe to watch back, but and there was much more stuff that they didn't show, thankfully. But it was nice. I feel like we got along well, and I was like, okay, cool. It's gonna be fine.
And I remember like going on the plane ride home and thinking, fuck, I actually think I might like this girl a little bit. And then you know that feeling when you start thinking you like someone, but you're
don't know if
not
they like you
100%
back.
sure if they like you or the feelings are reciprocated.
We were both like that.
Well, I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
And so I remember we got
I
this
was like,
5-hour plane ride, and I'm like kind of wanted to make small talk being awkward, and you're listening to your shit like sleeping, and I'm like, fuck. And I thought, because then we had to have a little bit of time away from each other.
Yeah, for real.
And that's even when I was like, oh shit, like
You kind of miss it, huh?
yeah,
You were thinking about
And does this girl? Does this girl? We've spent such a short, we spent fucking 4 days, but
Does she feel the same?
Yeah. And that's a weird thing to be thinking 4 days in, but it's not 4 days in. It's really like 4 weeks in the dating world, if you think
Yeah, that's
about
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
right.
I can see that.
24/7.
I actually read a little bit of your bio on the, 9 Now.
Okay.
And it says, I really like this write up. Having been raised by 3 women, his mom and 2 sisters, Ollie is looking for a strong, independent, and patient woman who can accept his sometimes lazy and stubborn nature. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that.
Is that to a
Which
deal
bit,
or
the
what?
lazy or the
think that's
stubborn, or both?
that is actually perfect. No, I wouldn't say you're lazy. I think he can be stubborn, and I think messy was the big one.
Keep going. What else, girl?
Yeah, just real messy. Always picking up his stuff.
Because like now y'all are living together now, so it's like this is marriage.
seriously.
This is the next step.
I don't think you can see he's got stains all over his t-shirt. He was like trying to clean it this morning. He's just
you sound
very
like me.
chaotic.
Come on now.
It is what it is, dude. Like I'm just living.
But I love that though because it's like you. Listen, this is literally what this is what my grandma said. She says that find someone that doesn't supplement you but rather compliments you.
That's right, and I'm complimenting her like hell. So.
Hey. I love that, man. But look, so let's go back to before the show. How was it like before? So like what were you guys doing beforehand? Like like your job. What were you doing?
I was I was working in the media and I was doing voiceovers as well. And I remember, weirdly enough, thinking, I'm just like really bored and I'd never felt that in my life before. It's really weird where everything's kind of going fine. But I was like, I'm feeling a little bit bored. And then this whole thing sort of landed on my lap and you just follow it. I'm sure you guys have the process
for real.
too where you're like, I ain't getting this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't happening.
I feel
and
that.
I'm just going like, I'm just going to be, when you don't really have low expectations and it just kind of works out.
Yeah,
And you're not really
yeah.
trying too hard or
feel that.
you're just being
That's the universe
you.
right there.
Yeah, yeah. And then when it happened, I was like, oh shit.
When you get that reply and you're like,
deep
whoa.
now.
Dude, I remember when I got the call, I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, usually people are a lot more happier. And I was like, I didn't think I was getting this, man. I didn't think I was getting this.
Did you tell your moms and your sisters about this as soon as you got it?
I mean, I told them before. I wasn't meant to
Right
tell
before-
them.
you are,
I
yeah.
told them the whole process. Yeah, like
How'd they feel about that?
everybody was wanting me to do the show, right? But to me, I was like, if I was in your shoes, I would want me to do the show because it's like I get to watch my
love
friend on telly.
Yeah.
If they fuck up,
Totally.
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So
I like that.
there's no expectation.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would if I was you. I would want to watch me fucking trip and fall on telly. That would be some funny shit.
Come on,
but
boy.
It's very hard to I guess for people to really think. Do you really want your friend to go through this? And nobody knows. You think you know, and then an article and then the first episode drops, and that's when you know.
man,
and
that's
you're
when
like,
she gets real for real.
Hectic.
Shit.
That's when
Actually,
she gets
did
real.
you watch MAFS before? Did you guys?
I watched a little bit of it. I watched your guys' season, and I watched like some snippets on like TikTok and stuff. But we actually watched your guys' season when we were at Sky Suites.
Yeah.
Because we were in your and Sam's room.
Oh, no way.
We asked
Was it
the, AP,
902
we're like,
or
whose
something?
room are
Or?
we in? And they're like, oh, Sam and ours. We're like, oh, is this cursed?
I took over that room after a while. Sam moved out for like 2 weeks, and I was just living.
It's a great room.
It's just
You know what?
like,
You know
I was
what's funny?
drinking like
You know
an
what's-
animal.
we
and
were
You sound like
told
you're disappointed.
we were told this by one of the producers,
Yeah.
like the house APs. And they said they used to come in the room and it was just Uber Eats packages
Trash everywhere.
scattered.
they used to come in and tiptoe over like my rubbish.
That's too funny.
And I was just like, I was like on holiday mode. Like I didn't lift one
It's
finger.
so
Oh my
good.
god.
Yeah.
Wait, and see, we got to go back to you, right? Sorry. So, like before the show, what were you doing?
So I worked, and I still work in PR and marketing.
amazing,
So I
okay.
was doing that. I was really unsure about the show because I didn't want to have to quit my job. And I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to support this because I think there's a stereotype of the show of what can happen negatively to you. And I think, I was not sure if my work was going to be like, we didn't know about this. But they were like super supportive. So I like went on leave during filming and then, back doing the same thing.
Wow, man, that's amazing.
I was, doing that. Happy, just,
Well, I mean, like in like giving you're like working in PR, you kind of have the blueprint for afterwards, right?
You know what? I think people think yes for that, but I was like stressing out a couple weeks ago because we hadn't had anything lined up. We're like, man, we were just enjoying it. We were having a good time enjoying it. And
not,
I
baby?
was like, then panicking. I was like, wait, I should be having things lined up. I should be doing this. And I was like, I'm just chilling.
It's,
But I was stressed. I was
she
stressed
is
about
so
it.
across it, dude.
So it sounds like
Well, I know I'm doing it, but-
it is beneficial for sure.
I'm like,
it is
don't
beneficial.
do
That's a
this,
hack
Ollie.
right there.
But so it sounds like you guys didn't go on for clout.
Well, I think with
Like
this
me.
show, right? with this show,
Like us, yeah.
no, but if you're in your 20s, you can
Just an experience, right?
and you wanted to put yourself on television and the intricacies of your relationship, like you're well aware that there is exposure involved in that, right? But if you don't go in there with like palms open and the idea of falling in
Yeah.
love, that's where it can be detrimental. And I think there was a few people on this season, not everyone, but there was a few people where that was the case, where their motives might have been swayed a certain way. And I think, I don't know if you guys can speak to this, but watching the show back, you can't bullshit the audience.
Yeah.
You can't bullshit it. Like,
Bro,
if they
that's
want
true.
to, if they want to spin, as soon as the people watching you, like the other participants, smell, I don't know if I buy that. That becomes a storyline. If you look at Harrison
that's
and
true.
Bronte, so
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I think it's important that people understand that you can't wear a mask for the entirety of the show.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? You can fake it for a little bit, but either the people that are around you are going to smell that, and then, as you said, you're going to make a story out of your ass.
Yeah.
And for you guys, do you guys feel like you were portrayed the way that, you know?
I think it was a pretty accurate representation. I think we weren't shown as much in terms of like our personalities. I think Ollie was shown more towards the end.
You guys should have had a fake fight.
Yeah, I know. We should have staged something.
Yeah, I reckon you should have. Like,
I know, like
maybe
something
pretend to cheat or something.
stupid.
Yeah.
that would have been great.
This is so hopefully people for next season's MAFS are listening to this. And if they're actually falling in love, don't fall in love
Start
too
some
quick.
drama.
Start some
Start some
drama.
drama.
And then fall in love at the end.
Don't do that, dude.
I was like, nah, man, this is not how you become as happy as we are right now. He's like, this is how you do it. I really enjoyed, you know, like watching you guys, you know what I mean? And it's like, you could genuinely see that these are two people that are not just, you know, on TV. Like, you guys were actually in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I think, like, sometimes, you know, like when like the cameras are around, like you can feel a certain way. You're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this or that.
Yeah.
You guys didn't look like you guys were bothered by.
Well, yeah, and a lot of the stuff they showed, we also thought that they weren't going to use. So, like, stuff when we were like, okay, well, they're obviously not going to use this. Or obviously you're aware the cameras are there, but there were so many scenes I'm like, what the heck? Why'd they use that? Or like, you know, the Fiji scene when we were being idiots. We didn't know where Fiji was. I didn't remember them recording that. So I was like, oh, was it like, were they really recording that scene? Like, there were so many little bits that we were like, oh, I didn't realize they were using that.
I was thinking like 2 days ago. Do you remember that morning with the coffee and how I fucked up the coffee? I couldn't get. They gave me the
at
shitty
the-
machine. It didn't work.
Yeah, I feel like they
machine,
set Ollie up a lot. Like they made
set
him
me
look
up with this coffee
stupid.
machine, and they're the camera guy's in hysterics because I can't make this coffee. I got this fucking Pandora's box of a coffee machine that I got to work with. And I'm like dreading. I'm thinking,
He knows what he done, man.
shit,
Music, they're gonna
I'm
put
done.
stupid music
My
in the
edit
background.
has been made. I'm the goof. And then Rupert Bugden came along and he saved me. Shout out Rupert.
Yeah,
So,
come on, man. That's dope, man. But like, is there
love
like
you, Rupert.
is there like anything that they didn't show, like in terms of like maybe like drama on your ends, a fight we didn't see that wasn't?
They didn't
Yeah,
really
that-
touch too much on the couple swap challenge because we had a pretty big argument after we'd all done that, which landed. I think it landed on a weekend. So you don't film on the weekend. So you kind of like you just stop filming. And yeah, because it was a weird challenge. Like I felt like if you didn't want to do it, you're going to get in trouble because you're kind of being told, oh yeah, this is like the task, is the experts are giving this to you. So I felt like me personally, I was like, well, we have to do this. I don't want to get screamed at by John Aiken. And I was scared of him, man. I was like, this guy.
Yeah, he's a
freaks
scary
me out.
guy, yeah.
So yeah, there was part of me that's like, oh, okay, we have to do this. So I thought I was going to look bad because I'm like, haha, this is funny. Meanwhile, people were like, this is really not not morally right. I'm like, great. I'm sitting there laughing along, being like with Rupert, having a good time, and everyone's like kicking off.
What annoyed me is like Tahnee's such a stickler for the rules, right? So she does, and that is in life in every facet.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't jaywalk, does not jaywalk because she doesn't want to break the law.
want to get
Police are gonna pull you over. I'm like, what world are you living in, bro? This isn't fucking Russia, dog. It's not a police state.
Yeah, it's not North Korea.
Yeah, and so she didn't even. During that time, she didn't want to text because she thought that they had tapped our phones or some bullshit.
Do you guys ever check like your rooms for like any like microphones hidden in the
Of
mics?
course, man. We're lifting up fucking lights and going through the
I always
air
do.
vents.
I used to, for the first like few weeks, whenever I got a phone call, I used to talk to like my mom or my sisters or friends, whatever. I'd go into the bathroom and turn the shower on.
You're lying.
And talk on the phone. Yeah.
You
Wow,
get so
that's cool.
on edge, yeah.
That's a lot of
I
murder
should've done
mystery
that.
because
I'm interested because I watched your season out. How did you think you were going to be portrayed up until the reunion when they gave you that little highlights
I
clip?
thought I was a villain.
No
Really?
way,
Yeah,
dude.
I thought I was a villain, man.
Come on.
Because like I remember, I remember in the like right from the beginning in the interview, when I first had the interview, I was like, I got no reputation. Make me a villain. I'll do whatever you guys want.
Wow.
They would have loved
Yeah, and they love that. They're like,
Seriously.
oh yeah, and they call me back straight away. And then and then they got me on like whatever 2 weeks later, and then I went through the whole process, and I knew I was like fucking up here and there and throughout the show. And then like my wife didn't like me, and I had a few people didn't like me, and I was like, oh whatever, like
proper villain story, yeah?
yeah.
Villain origin story, right?
and then I didn't know I was going to be liked up until the reunion. Because then by reunion, that's when they play everyone's little like story throughout the whole journey on MAFS. And then like it was a good like story of me on MAFS, and that's when I realized, okay,
Are we relieved?
I'm gonna look good. Yeah. but yeah, I was like, I literally thought I was gonna be a villain up until reunion.
It's so crazy because you just don't know how it's gonna go. Like times were like, oh, like they might use like you think of like the worst possible things you said and do throughout film, and you think that's gonna be used.
Yeah.
And I think everything we were conscious of never was used, thank God. But you're just so hyper aware of like everything you say. You're like, oh no, like they're gonna use that and they're gonna make me look this type of way. And I think for us, which I think we felt it more coming after filming, before airing and during, the comparison between Olivia and Jackson. So like, oh yeah, but they were really good at the beginning. Like, are you guys going to be like that? And it was so hard to answer it because you're like, oh, like I don't.
I see that.
It was, and I was just like,
kind
this
of
is
shit, though.
awkward.
It's like-
Yeah, and I think for us, like going in, if you're going into this and comparing yourself to other people, it's just not
Setting
the
yourself
way to
up for
go.
disappointment,
Yeah.
It's not the way to go. So when that would happen, it's like, oh man, like people just think that's going to be us because that was like the great couple, and then they flipped, and
Yeah.
then they were like waiting for
I
that.
saw a meme of that when you guys like first came out on your episode.
They
It
were
was
like,
oh,
if
please
they turn out to be Jackson
please don't be like
Olivia.
Jackson
But
Olivia.
I hate how people do that shit, man. It's like, yo, we're gonna run our race. They did their own shit. Their shit didn't work out. That's fine. But it's like that's actually like something that's very, very common, right? Like being like compared to like a previous season, and you know what I mean.
Totally.
But like talking about the cast and everything else, like who are you guys most closest to?
I feel like we had good relationships with most people, to be honest. I felt like we tried to stay out of the drama. I think Ollie and when we went to Evelyn and Rupert's wedding, when I saw Rupert, I was like, yeah, that's literally going to be Ollie's best mate. Like I just knew the energy. I was like, something about it, and like it just
Was it really that? Was he really that awkward?
I didn't think he was that awkward. I think they really hammed it up.
They
made that shit
Like,
juicy.
wasn't
But
that
admittedly, he couldn't
bad.
talk. Like,
So he was obviously nervous. He was really nervous, and Rupert, probably Rupert as well, is he's very reactive in his eyes. So he'll go, and sometimes he's listening to you and he doesn't speak, but it looks like he's about to say something, right? So I was like, dude. I remember I did this impression of him before the show even aired or we'd seen anything, and he was like, what? I do not do that. And they ended up making a character out of that whole face.
Inaudible mumbling.
The dude speaks completely
Yeah.
normal. He was nervous
Yeah.
as heck, and he would admit that. But after
I
that,
think you were equally as nervous.
yeah, after
Yeah.
that, it was smooth sailing. And What they did on that last Final Vows was the most beautiful bit of fucking Tarantino cut cinema I've ever seen in my life. Because the goodbye was the hello, and you're like, what?
It was so confusing.
Yeah.
That.
So
I guess you're very close to Rupert there.
yeah, I defend that. I defend that dude in his awkwardness.
I think Ollie could have had a similar edit if I was maybe less receptive to his awkwardness or jokes or
If
anything.
the jokes went flat.
I think it could have been a similar thing. But I think because I found it funny and I was like embracing the awkwardness of everything, it was hilarious to me.
Evelyn doesn't really laugh. Like she's not.
She's- yeah,
She won't laugh when you say something. She'll expand on it, and so there'll just be her going.
Wow. So if Evelyn laughed at Rupert, he wouldn't
It
look as
wouldn't
awkward.
look that
Facts.
bad, I
That's a
reckon.
fact.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if it's a fact, but it is.
Thank you, Tahnee, for laughing at Ollie's shit jokes.
I know, honestly. Like,
You saved his edits. You saved it.
Dude, it's honestly true. And so, do I not thank you all the time for that?
yeah, you do.
Reality.
So who are you least closest with?
Probably least person.
Shannon?
Oh yeah, Shannon.
Oh, Shannon.
Yeah.
He's got a rig on him, eh?
Yeah, he does.
That's the first thing you think.
I saw him shirtless.
You're like, God damn.
Yeah.
I was like, shit.
Yeah.
What's,
Yeah, he was
what's with Shannon?
strange
So because
character.
of the way he spoke to his bird.
He was just odd, man. Like, love him, but also he was just strange. My first encounter with him, I was just got the ick so bad because we were sat across from Caitlin and Shannon at the first dinner party, and then he was just eating his pork chops like this, and I was
damn.
like,
Oh.
bro, like just
Yep.
fully munching
I
on the
wouldn't like him
pork
either.
chops.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't like it. Well,
That was just
African food,
he's
I was
just trying to
like,
eat his food. You're like,
No.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't
Like
like it wasn't eating as much as it was inhaling.
It was
just
aggressive.
Like, just, but damn. I think
I was off and off
immediately,
that.
because the Bucks is really interesting, right? Because the Bucks is when you first are like, who are these people? And I remember just meeting Shannon. And I was like, everything seems fine. There's something in the air with that fella, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But bless him. I hope. Apparently he's on the mend in terms of his behaviour, and so
Yeah. The good thing about Shannon that he always apologized at the end and sort of owned up, right?
Yeah, I know, but like, you can apologise, but sometimes it comes out of your mouth. It's like, no.
I think
bless.
maybe because we saw the uncut version. Because you didn't get to see them at the last commitment ceremony. Like, he stormed out. So they didn't even show any of their couch session. He left. So they had their whole thing. He got dragged, and then he literally storms off.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
because I'm friends with Hugo, and I know Hugo, and,
Yeah.
Love you,
and
Love
he
Hugo.
he told me about the commitment ceremony. Is like
Yeah.
how what's going to happen. Shannon does this, and this, and I told everybody what happens,
Didn't-
and then the episode came out, and none of it happened. and I was like, oh shit,
You done sold everything to the Daily Mail. You're like, I know everything. Come
I know
on.
everything that happens, but then nothing happened.
out.
Nothing that I said.
Well, yeah, a lot of stuff didn't get shown. So I'm curious to know what the strategy was behind that. But theirs was because we didn't see any of that behaviour until we saw it there, and we're like, oh man. That
Yeah,
was
we were
pretty
like,
bad.
what the hell was that? Because it was just, I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think about Harrison?
How did you know what I was going to say? I don't lie. The Harrison dude is the only guy I was looking at.
I know,
Oh,
right?
man,
And
Harrison.
look, I always said this about Harry. For better or worse, right? When Harry walks into the room, all
mood
eyes
shifts.
are on him. For better or worse. And you know, I actually think he's an intelligent dude. I think he is an intelligent dude. I think he can be witty, and the problem, his dryness and wit can easily be manipulated by music.
But
Music.
But I'll say I think at times I think he potentially struggled to self-reflect on his behaviour, and I think at times it was you did that instead of okay, yeah, I admit I did that, and that's where I could have gotten better. And I think if there was a little bit more of that humility, I reckon the dude could have been a hero. But
yeah, because nothing was ever his fault, man.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing, and when that's the case, it, you know,
And then, like, when you have his ass on blast, and he ain't got an answer for you, he's like, well, actually, Al, I done saw you doing some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My favorite thing was
know.
just looking at everyone else's reaction every time that he was talking. It was
Yeah.
I just see you two do the Ruperts.
Yeah. They're Rupert.
So,
I know, man. Like
So
it was.
funny.
We had the best seats sometimes. Some of the fucking most hectic
It was
shit I've seen in my
captivating.
life.
Wow.
listen, so like after the show though, let's go afterwards. You know, you guys getting any, you know, opportunities like, you know, like within, you know, brand deals, anything else? You know, are you coming up now?
I think we both kind of decided just to kind of take it slow and make sure we're making the right decisions on what we do want to do. I think it's, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you can easily do and get, and I think we just want to make sure that it's, you know, stuff we really, really want. So I think we've been a little bit more chill when it comes to stuff outside of this. But yeah, I mean, we're just kind of just waiting to see what happens and what comes our way. We're pretty...
It almost sounds like you guys are, you know, are waiting for deals that specifically cater for people that are in love. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Because she's
There you
like,
go.
we
There you go.
aren't doing anything just yet. Take it slow.
Honey Burdette. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
So you guys haven't got your Insta back yet, right?
No, we haven't got
No.
it back yet. So
When do you
Damn.
get it back?
On the 8th.
8th of May.
yeah, 8th of
That's a
May.
while, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It's 'cause of
when
UK
was it for you
swearing.
guys? Do you remember?
I think it was like similar, yeah. It moved took ages. It was like because I was viewing in UK
Yeah,
or
UK.
some shit. So I was waiting for it to finish there. But like, so who writes your captions at the moment?
Yeah, we write
Or
them.
during the
We
show?
send them in.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so we just send everything in and then they post it for us.
Ah.
Yeah.
Did you guys not have that?
We had it and it was the biggest headache.
Don't get me started.
Or I would say, or like I was like, no emojis. I don't want any capital
No
letters.
capitalized.
Sometimes if I don't want capital letters, verbatim. And then I don't want a quote mark. If the quote mark is to symbolize it's a caption. Like I think they did Melissa so wrong, man. I think Melissa's
Melissa got
first
done
one,
dirty.
she uploaded. She maybe gave them 3 options,
And they did
they
it.
put every single option.
Oh my god.
Shout
Oh
out
my
to the
God.
team. They still got a few more weeks with us. We love them. We love them. You're doing your best. It's all good.
Don't go through the DMs.
Well, speaking about love, man, listen, as Al said when we were starting this podcast, he's like, well, yeah, Taku's just in the dumps right now. He's struggling. He's on struggle street. First of all, it's not really that bad. It's just a little dry right now.
Okay.
James ain't really popping like they should.
Yeah.
But you know, what are some tips you guys can give me? You know what I'm saying, to finding something like this, man. This is beautiful. Because I don't know what's happening, man.
Maybe we should matchmake.
I hate.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do
Who do
you?
you think Taku would be good for in your season? Who could you match Taku up?
I like that boy,
Ooh.
Bronte?
I don't know.
brother. Please.
I
I seen the way that she.
Ronda's nice, man.
Okay, please
I
don't.
don't know, actually. Who else is quite out there? I feel like
Mel?
Janelle was
Mel?
pretty out
That's
there.
what I was thinking, Janelle.
Janelle, and
think
she was
Janelle's
just...
taken.
You didn't
She's
really
not taken?
see... She's not taken? What?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it is
Is you
rude,
were?
man.
Sorry, no.
Maybe Evelyn. But would she laugh at your jokes? Would
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
you like that?
Might be like a Rupert
Yeah.
2.0.
Nah,
Yeah, you
boy.
might have
you
to like
need a
Rupert.
jail.
She doesn't laugh at my jokes, bro. It's a dead thing. I'm telling you right now. You better laugh at something, bro. At least fake. Boy, me when I see a hot girl, bro, and I laugh at everything. like it'd be over exaggerated. Like
Yeah.
the shit ain't even funny, bro. But I'm like,
I would love to see the dynamic with you and Taylor. Taylor is funny, man.
she-
She is funny.
she's dope.
Like
She's
hilarious.
Oh, we
She
love
was
Taylor.
hilarious. Like
We love Taylor,
beautiful
man.
too.
She's funny.
She
Really?
is so fucking
She's hilarious.
funny, dude. And just like doesn't even try. It just
Yeah.
there was
Comedy.
this one time. So on the retreat, she puts dishwashing liquid in the dishwasher. She's like
Sprays
it all in the dishwasher, right? Now what is that going to do? What is that going to do? Bubbles galore.
everywhere.
So it's oozing. I walk past the dishwasher. Me and
all
Hugo walk
coming
past the
out.
dishwasher. I'm like,
hey man,
I'm like, camera dude, look at this shit. And then I said, Hugo's like, oh, go ask. Don't say what happened. Just say who put on the dishwasher last. Leighton's napping. He loves a nap
I
as
thought it
well.
was Leighton.
And I was like, hey, who put the dishwasher on last? Was just trying to put some stuff in. And you were like, I think it was Leighton. And then Taylor's like, from fucking 50 meters away, yeah, it was Leighton. we go have a look, observe the thing. We open up the dishwasher.
Bubbles everywhere. Explodes out.
oh
And
my
Taylor
God.
starts like, she's having this inner turmoil, this freaking moral dilemma. And she's like, I can't take it anymore. It was me. I did it.
No.
Oh, man. I'm so
Don't own up to it.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hey, well, listen.
It was great.
You want to hook me up with Tay? I got I gotta just tell her, hey, look, let's just do everything, hand wash, please.
Very
Have
good.
as many bubbles as you wanted to see, please.
So what do you so I want to know, what do you guys ask for in terms of a partner before you went to MAFS?
Ooh, I'd love to go back and read my application and see what I asked for. I think I said someone that was really kind, caring, self-aware, emotional. Which I think you're
Looks-wise?
I didn't ask for anything looks-wise. They did ask your celebrity, your celebrity crush, and I gave 2. I said Harry Styles and Michael B. Jordan. Oh, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, those because 2 very different men. So I was like, I need to give 2 different vibes.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Got more of Harry Styles vibe.
Yeah, I'm fucking with Harry Styles. For sure.
Hey, Harry Styles outside never. Okay, I'm not gonna go. Well, it's gonna go. We'll talk after.
Say what you're gonna say.
Now we'll talk after.
What about you, Ollie?
Yeah, what'd you? Yeah.
I remember I just said I don't want somebody that is super agreeable. So somebody that like somebody that does laugh at my jokes, like, or everything is yeah. No, totally.
You don't want a yes man.
And a yes woman. And I got that because Tahnee does not agree with me at all. And this is all.
We disagree a lot more than people saw. So I think it looks like we're constantly just like, yeah. I'm just laughing all the time and just constantly
What it looks like, looks-wise? Who's like your celebrity crush?
His is so embarrassing. He
Let's
said
hear
this
this.
is his celebrity crush. No, wait for it.
No, I said
Ollie. Ollie.
I said Megan Kelly. Do you guys know Megan Kelly?
Couldn't tell you.
Nah, she sounds old.
Okay, yeah,
So
that
she's
one. The
I
other
said-
one you'll know.
I said Megan Kelly, and then like maybe like Addison Rae a little bit. I don't know, but
okay, yeah.
So
Megan Kelly.
You said a
Kelly's not Megan Kelly
TikToker.
here. We just looked up on.
Hey,
on
man.
I know.
She looks like 50 years old.
yeah, I think she's real good looking.
Hey.
Oh shit! Okay.
Candy boy right there. That's what we call this boy. A sugar baby.
How do you even
There you
like?
go.
She's a Fox News reporter or something.
Yeah,
That is
So
so
random.
like.
And I was like, Addison Rae as well.
yeah. I don't know. See,
mean, love
but
Addison Rae,
I
but-
think what I was really trying to say is I don't really have a type. And I think it's a, it's such a fucking wanky thing to say, and everybody says it, but it is like an energy thing in terms of what you get in that, and that's another reason why I don't like the apps, because you can't get a read on the essence and who a person truly is until you're engaging with them face to face.
Yeah,
You-
totally.
You said something interesting when you're like, you don't want someone that's, a yes woman, or someone that's heavily agreeable. Very interesting thing to say. But like you said that you guys actually disagree on quite a lot of things. What are some of these things?
Oh, they're just like random, really random
Who the
stuff.
hell wants a mirror in the
we had a
lounge
whole-
room? Why are we getting a mirror?
No,
Why are we getting a
like-
mirror in the lounge room?
Oh, actually,
When
I
it
like
came to living together with furniture, that was causing a lot of issues.
Wow.
Actually.
Why?
Is that your biggest issue? Oh my
That was the biggest
goodness.
fight y'all had so far. Y'all good.
Because things need to look a certain aesthetic way, and he's just chaos. I was like, well, why don't I just decide how things look?
But that wasn't a decision that was made mutually. It was that was a.
He's like, I don't care. I was like, if you don't care, I'll just do it.
Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
did you step back, or did you?
Okay,
I gave him a list
wanna-
of options, and then he chose from that list.
Okay.
four of the same table, 3 different shades. Like, what? Like, is it really that much of an option? Is it really that much of an option?
Hey, happy wife, happy life, right?
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But I
guess
got a
now-
fucking mirror that I'm staring at myself when I'm trying to watch the television on. So
There you
I
go.
mean, you don't want to be caught off guard, right? At least you got the mirror now. You know what you look like from a lot of different angles, right?
yeah, I've already
So,
seen that. And
come on. She's thinking
and
ahead now.
look, there's narcissistic traits in all of us, so it doesn't adhere to that. But that's the issue in itself.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I love that, man.
And so, did you guys ever think you're gonna find love when you go on MAFS?
Well, I at the honeymoon, I said, Tans, let's be honest here. The stats of us working out
Not good.
is not good.
God damn. Straight up.
And I said, what I think we should do is let's see this as this will be fleeting and this will end in a way that I wanted that to be our mindset, right? And in that there's a lot of pressure that gets lumped on you in this show. You're together. You have to make it work. We went, hey, the odds are against us. Let's look at this as this is what it will be at this time, and let's just enjoy and focus on living in the moment.
Yep.
Another crazy thing that I said was I said, look, because I'd never seen the fucking show. I didn't. All I knew was people cheat and wine. Yeah. People throw it, and I was like, okay. And so with the cheating thing, I was like, okay. And the other thing, I ain't gonna cheat. I ain't gonna do that. But if you want to do that, if you have somebody that you find, this is before I knew what was going on, but I was just like, have the conversation with me. Be open and be honest and be upfront about it. And I felt like what that did in that moment was it put the two matzo balls, this incredible amount of pressure that you've got on this show of the what if, and it put on the table and it relieved us. And we just enjoyed the experience together. And then when the time did come, we were like, yeah, we want to keep going. Wow. And so, yeah, I think that was a conversation that we had. I'm sure you were thinking, what the fuck at the time? I was like,
what is he saying? I was so confused. But I think it really opened up the communication for us throughout the whole show. Like, we could just talk about, everything that comes along with it. Because there's a lot of stuff you don't see when it comes to, like, production or just a lot of other things you talk about off camera. And I think just having that open communication from, like, day one really helped us throughout the whole experience.
Yeah. What I was really trying to do from saying all that, like, obviously I would have been incredibly annoyed if Tahnee had that conversation with me about that, but it focuses us on living in the moment and not listening to all the exterior bullshit that's going on.
Yeah.
And not bringing that bullshit from other couples.
What about the experts' advice?
It was fine.
Our advice was real because we were up on the couch for
keep doing what you're doing.
Little amount of time compared to everyone else. We were like
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Every single time.
We probably had to collect. I know that there was
they
like
go for what? Half an hour, 40 minutes, sometimes an hour.
I know we had an under 10-minute one there.
Yeah.
I reckon we had a 7-minute one once.
That's a PB. That's a personal.
Yeah, and we were just like, oh yeah. But nah,
Damn.
if we had a tricky week, sometimes they'd be like, how's your week? Yeah, look,
Been a bit of a struggle.
yeah, we really had to work hard this week. How are you guys so amazing? That's what they and I'm like, you mother... We are here, slogging it out. We're hanging in. No, God bless the experts. I love them
Who's your favourite expert?
I love them all, bro.
You gotta name one.
I love John.
John.
Yeah.
I love watching that dude.
He's great.
Watching John was the funniest shit.
How about you, Tahnee? Who's your favourite expert?
Oh, I think I liked Alessandra. Yeah, she was great, but I had a lot of time with Mel, so I got to know her really well, and she was just so... I loved her facial expressions, and then when they'd be so shocked at things, I just loved watching them all. And I think because we had... Yeah, our sessions were pretty tame compared to others. Like, we never really got yelled at or in trouble by them, which was sheer luck. So, yeah, just watching them talk to the other, like, casts and stuff was so interesting. But I think I like Alessandra.
I like watching the other cast sweat.
Yeah.
It is stress up there. Like, you're
is.
so, like, all
very
eyes are on
tense. It looks
you.
tense,
It's really, really intense. I hated it. I'd always be freaking out about it.
Meanwhile, Al was just making a joke out of it all. His girl wanted to leave so many times, like,
Like,
stay. Just
I'm like,
have a good time with it.
I'm here for personal reasons.
That's funny, bro.
And they're like, what? What are you doing?
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. We have a game called That's Dicey.
Wow.
what do we
So
got?
let's move
Okay.
into it.
Reality.
So it's basically like Jumanji, okay? So once you enter, you can't leave. You got to answer every question that we have for you. So the way that it works out is you roll the dice, lands on a number, and then we ask you a question with
Off
the
that
number that
number.
correlates.
Okay, cool.
Sweet.
You want to go first?
Get into
That's
it.
dicey.
Are
Let's
these
go.
numbers, are they rigged though, the numbers? Like, you just got to ask
What?
questions anyway?
No.
You're so smart.
There's no way you got
You
fucking
ain't-
12 questions,
We
bro.
got everything.
All right, you go first.
That's
Come on,
funny.
Ollie.
That's funny.
Alright.
Producer things. Okay.
10.
All right, what's question number 1?
Nah, I heard 10. Hey, you are actually a producer in your past life.
I'm sorry.
Okay, confirm or deny? Okay, we'll start with that one.
Okay.
Duncan and Evelyn now dating?
Look, it depends who you ask.
He's good. He's
We don't know,
It's a
actually.
post-footy match.
You got to watch to find out.
Yeah, look, Duncan and Evelyn, they gave it 100% out there. And I think,
Full credit to the boys. Yeah.
yeah, full credit to the boys and the girls. No, look, kinda. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It's all rumors.
Yeah.
And you never want to ask because you get some political answer yourself, and you're like, "What the hell does that mean?" So
Yeah.
I'm gonna dead bat that.
So y'all don't know nothing about that?
Yeah,
nothing about
I know
nothing.
nothing about nothing.
All right, next roll.
All right.
Ollie boy.
11.
11.
Okay.
Were you surprised by the public reaction to anyone from your season?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you're the same person?
Well, you do it.
I think I was not surprised, but I think I was sad to see the reaction to Alyssa. I think Alyssa's so beautiful and she's just such a nice woman.
It's the baby cakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it's sad to see the hate she's copying. I think that really upsets me. I think she obviously wasn't shown in the best light, but I think that's been the saddest to see.
Yeah. Alyssa, she's full running with it too. Like she's full like going. Like she's making t-shirts or like cakes.
Yeah,
and
she's
just
really
other baby.
making the most of it, I guess. But
I think
it sucks. Like,
How's she handling it though? Is she okay or what?
I think she has her moment. You're good.
Sorry.
I think she has her
Embarrassing.
moments. Because I think like people actually trying to message her and stuff, and like just being. Like, you just don't realize how much people care about the show and how people are so invested in you.
real.
Yeah.
And just, like, the personal attacks and stuff she, like, has to cop. I think that's quite sad. But I think for the most, like, I have a child, really funny. I think she's, sees the humour in that. And some of the other stuff, like, I need attention. Funny, but, yeah, some stuff when it's, like, personal to attacking her, I wouldn't like it.
I think she should lean into it as well.
Yeah.
Nah, she's doing good leaning
I
into
think,
it.
I think if you try and fight something like that, it
gets worse.
It's gonna only
Dig a
inflame
hole,
it.
yeah.
100%.
It's also kind of showing that it is character-esque and it's not necessarily her to a T. If she can laugh at it, whereas if it was incredibly personal, she probably wouldn't, and she could. She identifies with that. It would be harder to laugh at that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. What about Harrison? Do you think Harrison was going to be portrayed the way he is now?
I think it could have been worse, to be honest. I really think it could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Like, some of the stuff he did and said, man.
I
Like,
gotta say this. So,
He is entertaining. I
Boy,
see.
he's pure entertainment.
100%, and that's
telling you.
But I remember, right? So I remember like it was maybe like 3 weeks before the show airs, and I'm on the phone with Harry. I'm like, look, dude, I'm not 100% sure you're gonna get the best edit. And he's like, there's no way. There is no way. That's Harry. You said this. He said, "There's no way."
straight up.
They got me riding off in a Jeep at the end. What sort of villain gets that? I said, that's hitting the cutting room floor, bro.
Yeah.
So it's funny how
So Harrison actually thought he was going to get a good edit.
I think he thought Bronte would look worse than him.
but they both kind of assumed that the other person was going to get.
Arguments. They've had both.
And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
they both think that the other person is going to get the bad edit, there was a lot of look at that behaviour
Yeah.
from Harrison, and then Bronte, look at that behaviour.
Yeah.
And if
Look at
they're
us,
doing
yeah.
that, they're both in their mind like,
100%. There ain't nothing wrong with us.
And everyone
Yeah.
around them's telling them like, "Oh yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a good
Yeah.
edit."
Next minute.
Right? Yeah.
Nah.
But
nah, they were funny as hell.
Here we
all
go.
right, let's
Next
roll
question.
again.
All right, you go next.
You can just ask a question if you want.
No, boy.
We're gonna do it for the fans, for the listeners.
Right, here I
Go for the
roll.
segment. What's that
Rob.
one? It's a 5, 6.
So 6.
Yeah.
What we got here? What's the closest you've been to breaking up? Any big fights?
Oh, that's a great question. What do you think?
It's your answer, babe.
I'm just trying to think if there's been. I think during the experiment, there was a time that was pretty. Was it after this couple swap challenge?
Yeah.
We was really, really hard. I think we just both wanted to go home because it was just the pressure of it all. I think we're pretty sick of it, to be honest. Yeah, it was just too much, and I think there was a time that we're like, we just want to go home. Can we just leave?
I think we were also because we were like, all right, yeah, well, I'm going to Perth, and you were like,
Like, well,
yeah,
I'm going home
yeah.
to
And
Bondi.
we'll just whatever, like there was this thing, right? But it was like chicken, like who's gonna suck up, who's gonna fold first, and it was like, well, you're doing that, I'm doing this, well, I'm leaving tonight. And it was like, this is not healthy, this is not how we've ever done it. But it was near the end of that experiment, and you're in like a dream state, like you're like, what is this is all too much, and you're sleep deprived, you got guys coming in with big cameras every day, like, do the thing. And I'm like,
Go back into bed and wake up.
do the thing. Yeah. Come on, Ollie, do the thing.
So true.
Make the tea. So it was just exhausting, and so we were both like, there was one stage where we were like, I'm leaving, bugger off, but there wasn't any real. It wasn't real. It was like chicken. Well, that's how I perceived it later on.
Yeah.
So that shit wasn't real at all.
So
Not even just a little bit of
it was
it.
a fake fight.
I think the argument itself was, but the result of it wasn't. Like as soon as if we had stepped outside of that experiment, we would have just been running back to each other. So
Yeah, we'd be like, oh.
That's cute. Here we go. We got one more question.
All right, you go.
So you got one more question, but there's a number that I got to
Stop trying to make the math. Just make that dice.
You're thinking too much into it.
Just roll the dice.
Okay, what's number 8?
Alright, this one actually cracked me up. Is there an element of truth to you getting Shaggy's back whilst filming?
You know what? I was done dirty with this. I don't know what happened to my. It was the wedding of Evelyn and Rupert's wedding. My back was so fucked. Like it was so painful, and I just remember I was like, I don't want to go. Like I can't do this. And then I went into Janelle's room to ask for Voltaren. Was it? I don't know. My back was...
Babe, it's your back, not mine. So
maybe a little
Damn,
bit.
has Ollie got that big one?
Yeah, that's what I was asking. You know what I'm saying?
Is he breaking backs?
Is he breaking your back?
They said, do I have a big one, babe? That's what they want to know.
No comment on that one.
What actually is Shaggy's back?
Yeah,
I don't really know what that is.
Well, listen,
Janelle said it. We were like, what the hell is even that? She's like,
She's
Shaggy's
made that
back. You
up.
got Shaggy's back. Shaggy's back.
What
was that?
She kept saying it, and she was like,
Well, okay, this is it.
Shaggy's back. Yep, I said it. Sorry, I said it in a voxy. And then she'd do a podcast. Yep, I said Shaggy's back.
That is such a flex for Ollie.
What is Shaggy's back, bro? She's like, something about shagging and hurting your back.
I was like, okay, roll with it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Whatever.
What a way! What a way to finish this, Dicey, man. Thanks so much for playing, but most importantly, man, thanks so much for making the time to come through, man.
We appreciate it.
Nah,
We
for
appreciate
real,
It's been
man.
an absolute pleasure watching you guys on our screens.
Most definitely.
Don't lie, Al. I knew you thought that shit was boring. Come on, say it as it is. Say it as it is,
No,
Al.
I'm joking. I like watching Shannon instead.
No, guys, thanks so much for coming, man. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, no, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. See you next week.
Reality.